So this basically being an entirely new team, Kevin, what were I guess maybe some of your more modest expectations going into tonight, and how did what transpired out there match those?
I thought we would guard their drive better than we guarded it. You know, I thought offensively we executed pretty well in the first half and got shots and made them, and then the second half they made a couple threes to start the half, and we had a couple of bad possessions, and then we missed some decent shots, and then we took some bad shots, and I think we scored 1 point in the first 10 minutes. And you're not going to win. You're not going to win on the road if you score 1 point in 10 minutes, and you know, it just it was sort of frustrating the whole night because we never could get on top of the game and never get on top of our play, but you know, we just kept letting them drive and get outside of containment, and it really hurt us. And you know, everything that felt like was going on in the lane. They were just breaking us down, and so I didn't think that would happen like that. And then, but you know, offensively, we just went too long with the struggles, and you know, we finally started hurting their zone. Then we went man. Then we started getting good shots, and so. But again, you just can't go that long with 1 point and expect to win.
Kevin, have you seen that from these guys, you know, in practice? That you know, maybe they're streaky, or that could be an issue.
I don't know that. You know, it's hard to tell when you're playing against yourself. You're not sitting there playing necessarily for 40 minutes, and we can have, you know, we can have bad possessions, but every team has bad possessions. So it's not something that I was alarmingly. I mean, I wasn't concerned with coming into the game. I wasn't concerned about a 10-minute drought, I can tell you that. But when we started making better basketball plays and started attacking the goal, then we started breaking them down and getting the kind of shots that we needed. And you know, we didn't do a good job of making foul shots. They did a better job on the boards than we did, and so they were overall, they were just more physical than we were. And you know, I guess that would stand to reason. They're an experienced team, but I was disappointed in our lack of physicality. I was disappointed in some of that. But I also thought we played really hard, and our execution left a lot to be desired on both ends. But I did think that we played with great effort.
Jared, when you guys were, you know, going through that drought, you know, what were you guys saying to each other? You know, sort of the first time you guys had faced that kind of adversity together.
Just really stick to our principles, especially on defense. Just trying to get stops. Anytime I think you go through an offensive drought, I think that's the main thing, trying to focus on defense and then sharpening up the execution on offense. I think that's what we was telling each other, trying to just, you know, sharpen and stop making the little mental mistakes we were making.
I guess it is a situation like that where you guys go scoreless for 10 minutes that much more difficult, just because this is your all's first game, and you know, and this is a group that, in some respects, is still kind of gelling, still kind of getting to know one another.
I think, you know, I don't think that was really just one of those situations. I mean, we are young; it's our first game, but you know, something like I said last time, we work on situations in practice. There's times in practice where we might not be on our best offensive game. I think it was just, you know, mental lapses, like I said, and just not focusing all the way, not paying attention to detail because we were going through an adverse situation for the first time, for real.
Ryan, I think at 14, how would you sort of self-evaluate your performance?
I don't know. The first thing we lost, so that's the first thing we got to worry about. Thought that could have done a better job in some of their pick and roll defense. I know we got split a couple times. They broke us down on that. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's about winning, not really personal.
You know, I guess for all three of you all, you know, obviously the 10-minute drought put you guys into a bit of a hole. You know, except you all were able to kind of come out of it, get within 4 points. Does a send like that, you know, for you as a coach, Kevin, you know, and for you two as players, what does that signal, if anything, to you? You know, and what does that maybe tell you about sort of the mental makeup of this team and you know, and you guys as players?
These guys aren't going to stop fighting. They're really good competitors. They're really good people, and so their character they won't stop playing hard, and so we might not be able to get the ball to go in the basket, or we might not do some other things the way we want to, but they'll continue to play hard because that's who they are as young men, and you know, we're hoping adversity would come a little later than tonight, but it came tonight, and in some ways we responded okay, and in some ways we didn't, and all of these things will be lessons for us to learn, but we've got to get better at some things, and these guys know that. We know that. We felt it tonight, and until the game starts for real, you know, you think one thing or you think another, but you find out different things when the games really do start, and so we'll have a slew of things that we can go back and work on and get better at, and try to be better prepared next time out.
You guys have anything for Ryan or Jared? Oh, I'm right back. You guys got
I was curious, Kevin, what did you think of Marcus and Cam's performances, especially since they came into the game, their first college game, you know, with some kind of lingering injury questions?
Well, I was really impressed. Marcus played, you know, he shot the ball so well in the first half, and then they tightened up on him a little bit in the second half. I thought he took a couple of ill-advised ones maybe, but both of those guys are going to be really good players for us, and you know, Cam really played well for a guy that's had one practice in 2 weeks. I mean, he practiced yesterday for the first time in 2 weeks, literally. So, so it was nice to have him out there. And as he gets back into playing shape, he'll make even more of a contribution. And you know, again, that's a good, solid, physical veteran team that we played, and they're good at what they do, and so we just, you know, they did what they did better than we did what we did, and again, we just have to be better than a team that goes through 10 minutes and scores 1 point, and so that's real. I mean, that really kind of was the game, even though we were able to come back and make it close and keep it close or whatever, but that really ended up being the game.
Was Schmeel's foul there late? Was that just, you know, was that just sort of a matter of frustration for him? Did you get a chance to talk?
I didn't see the. I wasn't able to see the replay, and so I don't want to comment on that. I don't. You know, they had a good. You know, they saw the play and kicked him out of the game. So they apparently thought that it was pretty flagrant, and which is, you know, that's not who we are, and that kind of thing shouldn't have happened.